Alright everybody, welcome to another episode of Psycho's Platters, always powered by coffee each and every time. So, what's the mighty Psycho got going this time? I know, I have been on a contest response video frenzy. We're going to do another one. This time is for Richard McCook. That's right, Richard McCook got a great channel there, alright? He has got a contest called the My Quarter Contest. Now, he asks us 3 questions, ladies and gentlemen. 3 questions. Question number 1. Name 4 of your favorite eponymously titled albums. Now, I've been told, and I read in some of the comments in his contest video, a lot of people had to Google eponymously. Maybe I'm a nerd. Maybe I'm a nerd that knew what eponymously was. That doesn't make me any better or worse than anybody else, but it's just funny because you normally don't hear that. And so, Richard, you get bonus points for that, although it would not make a great Scrabble word because there'd be way too many tiles for eponymously. I know, it's a running joke. But for the layman like me, the mighty Psycho, eponymously is basically self-titled albums. In other words, the band's name is the title. Alright, got 4 different ones for you. I hope nobody's gone and shown these, because as my record store guy says, my weird and strange record collection, okay? So, question 1, 4 eponymously albums from favorite groups. How about the Cowsills? Cowsills? The Cowsills, that's right. Here's the front, here's the back on this. I want to show you something for the record nerds out there, and I am one. I met the 4 surviving Cowsills, so I actually have this signed in the gatefold, and I cannot remember which Cowsill wrote who the other people in the picture were. And so I really dig this. Of course, your big hit off of here, track 1 on side 1, the rain, the park, and other things. Or as we like to call it, I Love the Flower Girl. Really great song. The Cowsills, in my opinion, did not get enough love. Go, for example, and check out the Cowsills live album that they did a couple albums after this, and hear their version of the Beatles' Paperback Writer. It might make you stop and think twice. Cowsills, Cowsills from 1968. I love the flower girl. Anyways, second eponymous album, Naz's Naz. Oh, that's right. Todd Rundgren and Company. Even though Todd started out in Woody's Truck Stop, which only made, if I remember correctly, 1 to 2 45s on the Smash label, this is pretty much his start with everything. Beautiful gatefold. This is an original SGC Records Unipack. They only ever ended up making 3 albums, and of course, Open My Eyes, that's still my favorite track off of here, and it definitely sounds like the Who, like they kind of gleaned a little bit from the Who on a particular song. You figure it out. But of course, Hello It's Me, the original Hello It's Me. But this first album is probably the best that the Naz had to offer. I've got, this is my only original Naz. I've got a Naz, a Rhino reissue on red vinyl, and I need to get an original Naz 2 and Naz 3, which was pretty much compiled in 1970 after Todd left. That's number 2. Number 3, I gotta represent the Lollipop Guild. No, I have to represent Chicagoland, but in this case Illinois rock and roll, because that's where I'm from. How about from 1971, REO Speedwagon with their eponymously titled. This is your original lineup, ladies and gentlemen. The lead singer is Terry Luttrell. This is the only album he would end up on. This is a nice minty original on Epic. How many people agree with me that Gary Richrath was the soul of this band? And the minute that Gary Richrath was pushed out / drugs in late 1989, pretty much REO Speedwagon, stick a fork in them, they were pretty much done. Yeah, so I mean, you've got Neil Doherty, who up until earlier in 2023, he was the only original member left. He retired from the road. He's still with the band, just retired from the road. And original bassist Greg Philbin, who'd leave in '77. But yes, REO Speedwagon. Of course, you got on here 157 Riverside Avenue, which I love their version of this. Of course, the REO Live with Kevin Cronin, he does a good version on this, but this one's the best one. Sophisticated Lady's another one. All of this album is really, really pretty good. A little bit of a factoid, though, most people do not know that even though Terry Luttrell left the band in early 1972, there's a bone of contention that he may have co-written Golden Country, which on the second album, that was their big jam hit. So, but supposedly he's not credited, and other band members have said, yeah, Terry was involved. So that was number 3. Number 4, sure I can count my fingers, 1967's Brotherhood's Brotherhood, and this is the front, this is the back, this is on RCA. So who's Brotherhood, you may ask? 3 former members of Paul Revere and the Raiders, that's right. You're going to go off and have Mike Smith, Phil Volk, who was otherwise known as Fang, and Drake Levin, all from Paul Revere and the Raiders. They jump and have their own band called Brotherhood. They go off and cut 2 albums for RCA. My favorite off of here, Jump Out the Window. That's my favorite. If you've never heard that track, it's pretty psychy. Pretty psychy. So that's your 4 albums. The next question you went off and you asked, what is the album that has the most characters on the cover? Now, I apologize, I cannot quite remember if you wanted the artist included along with the title. I know that you showed the T-Rex album with 82 characters. It took me a little while, but here's the best I can come up with. All right? If you're including the artist, you're looking at 46 characters. 46. Who is it? Well, you know I'm going to throw some type of Monkees thing in this. Michael Nesmith, yes, from 1974. We got Mike Nesmith, pretty much your standard ranch stash. Pretty much your standard ranch stash. Say that 5 times fast when you're drunk. So that's the one, 46 characters, 46 on here. It ain't no T-Rex, but I knew right off the bat that that was probably going to be the one I have. Now, you got one final question and a bonus question. One final question. You asked, find an album with the least amount of characters. All right, least amount of characters. But you said there has to be at least one. Because I was going to be a smart ass, because everybody knows that Psycho's a smart ass. And I was going to originally show this album. Because guess what? All you got is an old man with a bundle of sticks, a.k.a. Led Zeppelin 4. But, as you can see, there's nothing on here. So that's your 0 characters. But that's not what you asked. You wanted at least one. So the only one that I got in my collection from 1980, Jethro Tull's A. Yes, Jethro Tull's A. It's a little bit different of an album compared to his 70s work, okay? But with this one here, Eddie Jobson pops up, okay? He becomes a member shortly after leaving the band UK. You still got original members Ian Anderson and Martin Barr, and just really very cool stuff. I like Crossfire, Protect and Survive. There's a handful on here. But you're starting to see some sort of a change with this particular album. I think I actually like the next album they do, Broadsword and the Beast, a little bit better than A, but what's the first letter? Letter A, Jethro Tull, for your least amount of characters. Now, I'm going to throw out there, you asked, what did I maybe mean by my quarter for the My Quarter contest? I can only think of 2 things, and I know you only want one, but here's what I think. There's 4 seasons in a year. This is the summertime. Maybe you're doing quarterly contests based on seasons? Or I thought immediately right off the bat for my quarter is, what do you put in a jukebox? Well, in America anyway, 25 cents a quarter. Those were my answers. I still think it has to do with seasons, you know, every 3 months. That's my guess. Richard, this was a great, cool contest. You made me think again. All you people with the contest make me think all the time, and that's why half the fun of making these are. But for the gang out there, if you haven't subscribed to Richard McCook's channel, please do so. If you haven't subscribed to the Psychoplatter channel, please do so. We're going to have a lot more fun coming down the line. And Richard McCook, thank you for having this contest. I hope this all, you enjoy it and it all goes to the rules. Everybody, until next time, take care, God bless, rock on, and always powered by coffee each and every time. That is the Psycho Promise. Take care, gang.